Hey everyone! Whether you're a seasoned prepper, someone who likes to be prepared for emergencies, or just looking to stock your pantry smartly, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving into 10 survival staples that will literally outlast the rest of this decade and beyond. These are on your average canned goods that go bad in a couple years talking about foods and supplies with serious staying power. In an uncertain world where supply chains can be disrupted, natural disasters strike without warning, and economic instability is always a possibility, having a well-stocked emergency supply isn't paranoia, it's practical. But here's the thing. You don't want to be constantly rotating stock or throwing away expired supplies. That's why these 10 items are absolute game changers. They'll be just as good in 2030 as they are today, and some will last even longer. Item number 1. White rice, coming in at number 1. We have white rice and I'm talking about the properly stored kind. Now you might be thinking, rice, really? But hear me out. When stored correctly in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, white rice can last 30 years or more. We're talking decades of shelf-stable nutrition here. The key is white rice, specifically not brown rice, which contains oils that go rancid within a year. White rice has been milled and polished, removing the bran and germ, which also removes those problematic oils. What you're left with is pure, stable carbohydrate that provides essential calories and energy. To maximize shelf life, store your white rice in food-grade buckets with gamma seal lids, add oxygen absorbers, and keep it in a cool, dark, dry place. Temperature is crucial. For every 10-degree drop in temperature, you can double the storage life. A 50-pound bag of rice is inexpensive, provides thousands of calories, and is incredibly versatile. You can make everything from basic meals to puddings, and it pairs with virtually any protein or vegetable. Rice is also culturally versatile, a staple across dozens of cuisines, meaning you won't get bored eating it. And in a true survival scenario, rice can be used for barter and trade. The caloric density and neutral flavor make it one of the most important items in any long-term food storage plan. Bottom line, stock up on white rice and store it properly, and you'll have a reliable food source well into the 2030s and beyond. Item number 2. Honey number 2 might surprise you with just how long it lasts, pure honey. Archaeologists have actually found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. That's not a typo.
You're 3,000 years.
Honey is literally one of the only foods that never expires. The secret to honey's immortality lies in its unique chemistry. It's extremely low in moisture and highly acidic, creating an environment where bacteria and microorganisms simply can't survive. Bees also add an enzyme that produces hydrogen peroxide, giving honey natural antibacterial properties. Beyond its indefinite shelf life, honey is incredibly valuable in a survival situation. It's a quick energy source packed with natural sugars. It has medicinal properties for wound care and cough suppression. And it's a natural preservative for other foods. You can use it as a sweetener, a spread, or even in homemade remedies. The only thing you need to watch out for is crystallization, but that's not spoilage, it's just a natural process. Simply warm the honey gently, and it'll return to liquid form. Make sure you're buying pure, raw honey without additives, as those can affect shelf life. Store it in a sealed container at room temperature, away from moisture. Whether you're spreading it on hardtack, using it to sweeten tea, or applying it to minor cuts and burns, honey is an absolute must-have that will serve you well beyond 2030. Item number 3. SALT at number 3. We have something that's been used as currency throughout human history: salt. That's right, basic table salt, sea salt, and Himalayan salt all have an indefinite shelf life when kept dry. Salt is literally a mineral, sodium chloride, and minerals don't expire. As long as you keep moisture out, salt will last forever. Even if it clumps up from humidity, it's still perfectly usable. This makes it one of the most reliable items in your survival pantry. But salt isn't just for flavoring your food, though that's certainly important for morale in tough times. Salt is essential for food preservation. You can cure meats, preserve vegetables, and make foods last months or even years longer through salting and brining. Before refrigeration, salt was the primary method of food preservation worldwide. Salt is also crucial for human health. Your body needs sodium to maintain proper fluid balance, nerve transmission, and muscle function. In a survival scenario where you're physically active and potentially sweating a lot, adequate salt intake becomes even more critical to prevent dangerous electrolyte imbalances. Additionally, salt has practical non-food uses. It can be used for cleaning, as an antiseptic for minor wounds, for tanning hides, and even for making primitive soap. Stock up on various types: iodized salt for thyroid health, sea salt for minerals, and coarse salt for preservation. It's cheap, versatile, and genuinely forever. Item number 4. Dried beans and legumes. Number 4 on our list is dried beans and legumes. When properly stored with oxygen absorbers and airtight containers, these protein powerhouses can last 25 to 30 years easily.
Ow!
We're talking about kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans, lentils, chickpeas, the whole family. Beans are incredible because they provide plant-based protein, fiber, complex carbohydrates, and essential nutrients like iron and folate. While rice gives you energy, beans give you the building blocks your body needs to function. The key to long-term bean storage is the same as rice. Keep them dry, cool, and oxygen-free. Beans stored in ideal conditions remain nutritionally viable for decades. Even if older beans take a bit longer to cook, they're still perfectly safe and nutritious to eat. One important note: beans require water and fuel to prepare, so factor that into your emergency planning. You'll need to soak and cook them, which means having adequate water supplies and a heat source. However, the nutritional payoff is enormous. A diet of rice and beans together provides complete protein with all essential amino acids, making them the perfect survival food combination. Beans are also incredibly economical. A 25-pound bag of dried beans costs relatively little, but provides thousands of servings of protein. In terms of nutrition per dollar and nutrition per pound, beans are unbeatable. Store a variety of types to prevent flavor fatigue. Don't forget about lentils and split peas, which cook faster than traditional beans, a valuable advantage if fuel is limited. Your future self in 2030 and beyond will thank you for stocking up on these nutritional powerhouses. Item number 5. Hard liquor. Coming in at number 5 is something that might raise eyebrows: hard liquor. High-proof spirits like vodka, whiskey, and rum have an indefinite shelf life and bring multiple survival benefits to the table. Unopened bottles of hard liquor literally never expire. The high alcohol content prevents any bacterial growth, and the sealed environment keeps it stable indefinitely. Even opened bottles, while they might lose some flavor nuances over time, remain safe to consume for many years. But let's talk about why alcohol deserves a spot in your survival stash beyond just morale boosting, though that shouldn't be underestimated in stressful situations. High-proof alcohol is an excellent disinfectant for wounds and medical instruments when proper supplies aren't available. It can be used as a solvent for fire starting, as a cleaning agent, and even as a trade good with tremendous value. Vodka specifically is useful because of its neutral flavor. You can use it in extracts, tinctures, and herbal remedies. Lower proof liquors might not last quite as long once opened, but 80 proof and higher spirits are essentially immortal. Store bottles upright in a cool, dark place to prevent cork deterioration, if applicable. A well-chosen selection of hard liquor is practical, versatile, and will absolutely last beyond 2030 without any quality loss. Item number 6. Pure maple syrup. Number 6 is pure maple syrup. And yes, I'm emphasizing pure because artificial pancake syrups full of corn syrup don't count here. Real, pure maple syrup has an indefinite shelf life when unopened and stored properly. Like honey, maple syrup's high sugar content creates an inhospitable environment for bacterial growth. Unopened containers stored in cool, dark conditions will last essentially forever. Even open maple syrup, when refrigerated, lasts years without significant quality loss. Maple syrup is more than just a pancake topping. It's a concentrated source of quick energy and contains minerals like manganese and zinc in survival cooking. It's a versatile sweetener that can improve the palatability of bland emergency rations, preserve foods, and provide a morale boost with a familiar, comforting flavor. The key is buying pure grade A or grade B maple syrup and avoiding anything with added ingredients or preservatives, which can affect shelf life. Store it in its original container or transfer to glass jars, and keep it away from heat and light. While it's more expensive than regular syrup, the indefinite shelf life, nutritional benefits, and versatility make pure maple syrup a worthwhile investment for long-term food storage that will serve you well past 2030. Item number 7. Powdered milk at number 7. We have powdered milk, specifically non-fat dry milk. When stored properly with oxygen absorbers and moisture protection, powdered milk can last 15 to 20 years, taking you past 2030. The removal of moisture and fat is what gives powdered milk its longevity. Whole milk powder contains fats that can go rancid, so non-fat versions are your best bet for long-term storage. Keep it in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, in a cool, dark location, and you're golden for decades. Why is powdered milk so valuable? It provides calcium, protein, vitamin D, and other essential nutrients that can be hard to come by in an emergency scenario. You can reconstitute it for drinking, use it in cooking and baking, make yogurt or cheese if you have the cultures, and even use it in homemade infant formula if necessary, though always consult guidelines for infant nutrition. The versatility factor is huge. Powdered milk can improve the nutritional profile of many dishes, add creaminess to soups and sauces, and provide comfort food options like hot cocoa or creamy oatmeal. It's also much more compact and lightweight than liquid milk, making it efficient for storage. Stock multiple number 10 cans or food-grade buckets of non-fat dry milk, and you'll have access to dairy nutrition well into the next decade without refrigeration. Item number 8. Baking soda. Number 8 might seem humble, but baking soda is an absolute survival MVP with an indefinite shelf life when kept dry. As a simple chemical compound, sodium bicarbonate, baking soda doesn't expire. It might lose some potency for baking if exposed to moisture or acids, but it never becomes unsafe or unusable. Keep it in a sealed container in a dry place, and it'll last forever. The uses for baking soda go far beyond baking. It's a cleaning agent, deodorizer, antacid for digestive issues, fire extinguisher for small grease fires, toothpaste when mixed with water, mild disinfectant, and can even be used to treat minor burns and insect bites by making a paste. In food preparation, baking soda can help tenderize tough meats, improve the texture of beans, making them easier to digest, and of course, leaven bread and baked goods when combined with acidic ingredients. For pennies per pound, baking soda offers incredible value. Stock several large boxes or containers, and you'll have a multi-purpose tool that solves dozens of problems in a survival scenario. It's lightweight, compact, and genuinely useful in ways you might not even realize until you need it. Item number 9. Instant coffee. Number 9 is for all the coffee lovers out there. Instant coffee. While it might not match the flavor of fresh ground beans, freeze-dried instant coffee can last 20+ years when stored in airtight containers away from heat, light, and moisture. The freeze-drying process removes virtually all moisture, preventing spoilage and degradation. Unopened jars of instant coffee in ideal storage conditions remain perfectly viable for decades. Even opened containers, if kept sealed between uses, maintain quality for many years. Beyond the obvious benefit of caffeine, which can be crucial for maintaining alertness and morale in stressful situations, coffee has practical applications. It can be used for barter. Never underestimate the value of comfort items in trade. As a natural dye in cooking to enhance flavors, and even in gardening as a pest deterrent. Caffeine withdrawal is real and can cause headaches, fatigue, and decreased mental function. Not what you want in an emergency. If you're a regular coffee drinker, having a stockpile prevents this entirely avoidable problem. Buy quality freeze-dried instant coffee in large containers. Transfer to mason jars with oxygen absorbers if you want extra security, when you'll have your morning pick-me-up ready well past 2030. Item number 10. Wheat berries. Rounding out our list at number 10 is whole wheat berries. These are whole, unprocessed wheat kernels that, when stored with oxygen absorbers and airtight containers, can last 30 years. Unlike wheat flour, which contains oils that go rancid within a year or two, whole wheat berries remain stable for decades because the grain is intact and protected. The catch is that you need a grain mill to process them into flour, but if you're serious about long-term food storage, this investment pays off enormously. Wheat berries are nutritionally superior to white flour, containing the bran, germ, and endosperm, providing fiber, protein, B vitamins, iron, and other essential nutrients. You can grind them fresh as needed, ensuring you have flour that's both nutritious and tasty, not stale. Beyond flour, wheat berries can be cooked whole like rice. Sprouted for fresh greens providing vitamin C in winter or emergency scenarios, or even used to make wheatgrass juice. The versatility is remarkable. Store wheat berries in food-grade buckets with gamma seals, add oxygen absorbers, and keep in cool conditions. 100 pounds of wheat berries costs relatively little, but represents thousands of servings of bread, pancakes, pasta, and more. For anyone serious about self-sufficiency, wheat berries are an absolute cornerstone of long-term food security. Conclusion. So there you have it. 10 survival staples that will absolutely not expire before 2030, and in most cases, will last far, far longer. From the basic building blocks like rice, beans, and wheat berries, to the comfort and utility items like honey, coffee, and hard liquor, these foods and supplies form the foundation of a truly resilient emergency pantry. The key takeaway here is that building a long-term food storage system doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Start with these 10 items. Buy in bulk when possible. Invest in proper storage containers and oxygen absorbers, and maintain cool, dark, dry storage conditions. You'll build a safety net that provides genuine security and peace of mind. Remember, the best time to prepare was yesterday, but the second best time is today. Whether you're worried about natural disasters, economic uncertainty, or just want the security of knowing you and your family can eat well, regardless of what happens, these staples are your answer. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more practical prepared content, and drop a comment telling me which item you're stocking up on first. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.